From a horrible start to a potential comeback, has Halo Infinite turned the corner? We'll cover how Halo Infinite is doing in 2023, what's been added, what's still missing, and whether it's worth playing. It's no secret, Halo Infinite's multiplayer had a lousy start. After a great round of initial reviews, it was quickly apparent that the live service aspect of the game was in trouble. Limited multiplayer content, the lack of a progression system, no campaign co-op, the lack of Forge, technical issues, file sharing problems, theater mode bugs, and limited customization left players wanting a lot more. Pair this with horrible network desync and lots of technical bugs and crashes, and you have a recipe for player falloff, which would happen quickly. On top of this, many players expressed disappointment with the limited customization options available, which ultimately boiled down to fewer opportunities to personalize your in-game appearance when compared with previous Halo games. It has been a long and slow road to the point where Halo Infinite is at now, but many core features have been added back into the game. Fast forward to the start of Season 2, about 6 months later after the launch of multiplayer, it's May of 2022. The Arena map Catalyst was added, as was the BTB map Breaker, along with King of the Hill, Land Grab, and the game mode Last Spartan Standing. The rest of 2022 was a very long wait, as Season 3 for the game wouldn't arrive until 10 months later on March 7th, 2023. However, we did get the Winter Update, which served as a stopgap between the unusually long Season 2 and 3. The Winter Update brought with it campaign network co-op and mission replay for the campaign. Unfortunately, it was also revealed at this time that split-screen campaign co-op would be cancelled. This one still stings, and I know a lot of friends who are disappointed about this, especially since all the talk after Halo 5 regarding how this would be an included feature moving forward. On November 8th, Forge Mode's beta was added into Halo Infinite. Forge Mode allows players to create and share custom maps. Since Halo 3, this feature has empowered some of the coolest tools for player expression in the Halo universe. Say what you will about the shortcomings of Infinite, the Forge Mode is hard to knock. It's honestly one of the most powerful level creators available to the general public in an FPS game, and it's just packaged as a mode that anyone can pull up and create with. From Forge, a lot of great maps started flowing onto the community scene. The custom games browser was added in December, and it did give players a way to experience some of these great creations. However, the stability of the browser was pretty dicey, with players experiencing crashes and errors trying to join into matches. Another important step forward was made in the Winter Update regarding match XP and progression. This was the first update where you would earn XP for completing matches and additional XP for your performance within the match. We also got Argyle and Detachment, 2 new maps, both built entirely within Forge, and we also got the mode Covert One Flag with a few other additions. In December, Halo Infinite also received an important update that addressed mouse and keyboard players. The sentiment on this update has definitely switched over the last 6 months. I'm going to jump back in time. Here's what the devs said about the change. To improve aiming with a mouse sensitivity has been reduced while firing a weapon in its functional range, indicated by a red reticle. By the way, red reticle returned on the PC, and essentially this change is kind of like aim assist. It activates only under specific circumstances, but it does kind of feel like aim assist on mouse. At the time, pretty negative feedback surrounding the change, but over the last 6 months, I've seen a lot of positive reception regarding this, and even some bigger streamers saying it feels much better on mouse. I will let you be the judge about this change. Right before the launch of Season 3 in February of 2023, 343 took a big step forward by adding the Community Collection playlist, which featured Forge maps within matchmaking. This was a great step forward and showcased a lot of the talented forgers within the Infinite community. In March of 2023, Season 3 Echoes Within launched. We got 3 new maps, Oasis Cliffhanger and Chasm, and the mode Escalation Slayer, which is gun game, but within Halo. We got the new weapon, the M392 Bandit Rifle, kind of like the DMR from Reach, and the new equipment item, the Shroud Screen. Then in June of 2023, Season 4 released, bringing with it the long-awaited Infection game type and career rank progression system. Infection is a round-based survival mode that has been a massively popular mode throughout previous Halo titles. Infection is a round-based survival mode that has been massively popular throughout previous Halo titles. I still remember playing customs in Halo 2, where you had to manually switch teams, honor code style, when getting killed by a zombie. The career rank progression system launched with this update as well, and it's very similar to that of Halo MCCs. You have a military style rank, an insignia that sits on your player card, and you progress the more you play. While the system is a bit basic and underwhelming in my opinion, I do think it's a huge net win to finally have something like this in the game. It gives players something to grind for once they complete that season's battle pass, and gives players a long-term goal to shoot for. It could absolutely use some better rewards associated with it, but I'm quite happy that we finally have something, even if it did take a year and a half. This season brought 2 new pieces of equipment, the Quantum Translocator and the Threat Seeker, along with Scar, the new BTB map, and Forest, an asymmetrical arena map. Finally, Squad Battle was added to Halo Infinite about a month ago. This mode features classic Halo maps like Rat's Nest, Valhalla, Exile, Zanzibar, all forged from community members, and the playlist has been a massive hit. It's 8v8 BTB style gameplay, no Pelican vehicle drops, just classic BTB on really well forged BTB maps. I've been playing it almost exclusively, and with Infinite's most recent update, the playlist has now been made a staple in the lineup of options, and I'm hoping they keep adding more and more maps to it. I really think this is what marked the major turning point for Infinite, where the sentiment has started to shift slightly for the game, and it feels like a lot of the headway being made is starting to add up. I don't want to discount how disappointed I am that it took this long for Infinite to get to this state. It's a shame seeing just how many players tried Infinite that first month or two, and just how different the population is these days. But it is worth celebrating the wins when they happen, and Infinite has made a bit of progress and some good headway. We're still missing a more meaningful progression system, more sandbox items, networking problems are still an issue, full cross-core customization. There's a very long list of things that still need to be tackled. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think network issues will likely be fully resolved until Tatanka or Unreal, if either of those are connected to Infinite and if they're actually like real and happening. I'm going to link to a GDC talk that highlights what one frame of Halo Infinite is like within the engine. I think a lot of the issues that we get on the networking side come from supporting the original Xbox One, newer Xboxes, and PC all in one. It's a cool talk if you've got any interest in the game dev scene. And that's where Halo Infinite is at right now in 2023. I will say I love how the Battle Pass system is handled in Infinite. I think it's kind of the shining example in the AAA scene. You buy the Battle Pass, you own it forever, and you can go back and make progress within it anytime you want. Plus, you've got 1,000 credits within the pass, so you're essentially getting the pass paid for if you complete it. And I'll be real, I've completed Season 1, 3, and almost through 4 right now. It doesn't take very long to get through these seasons. It's nice to see some of the wins stack up. There's a long way left to go. What do you think about the state of Halo Infinite right now in 2023? If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, do the YouTube thing, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next video.